We finally made it to camp. So, oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's...
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, Hatham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What the... Where did he go? How did we lose him? They were just here a second ago.
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the Academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Al-Hatham. We never thought last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the Academia?
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the Academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Al-Hatham, you really have a...
So that's your answer. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Am I right? No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go! Trainee Forest Ranger Kale, reporting.
Take it easy.
wind knows me. Into the wind.
Our mission begins. Our perseverance has paid off.
Nowhere to run! Surrender! Futile!
Time to go.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa. This... Wow!
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Haytham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh! What you would do, Traveler?
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can... You gotta help us out here.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and... Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-right, but how dare you bring your petty... It seems like someone's gonna have to beat... Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have...
Someone's calling for us! Oh,
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you Academia folks such hard...
All right, stop yelling.
well... Hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other? The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's...
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister.
All right, now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere... If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
On second thought, Paimon
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself...
All right.
That's what
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those...
Wait, that was...
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the Academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as Pless now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra. Well, Sino, if...
When I was investigating the matter in the Academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Al-Haytham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as...
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham. that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boy... My situation is pretty straightforward. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a...
Is that all? Well...
That's more like it.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other...
Creatures?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry.
The wind's died down. Candace still isn't back yet.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting...
Nowhere to run! The wind knows me. Futile!
Ooh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Ah! Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us.
It's been quite a while.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
As one with wind and cloud! Into the wind!
Forward Emma, help! Allow me!
Surrender!
The wind knows me.
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up? Hi! Covenant of the Deep!
The wind knows me.
The creature stopped appearing.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sand.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hand. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone you...
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the...
Another. So, Irminsul's withering causes.
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs... speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity. After a period of training, the academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying, but no one in the village has ever seen...
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? But, is it really a good idea to tag along?
I'll be grateful for the assistance. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Futile!
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
The soft green light? A mad Paimon thinks so too. Actually,
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities.
oh, no wonder! Everything makes...
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one... So, what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put...
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that...
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation. But easier said than done.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local. Yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. I heard everything you said to the village chief.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Haven wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to...
Sorry, I was only listening in because...
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Nowhere to run!
Sino is super vigilant. Is it?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you.
Huh? You?
Yes. Although Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who, unfortunately, it was only a few years before his later, an elderly mad. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent. One summer night, the oft mumble. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find.
All this somehow just makes.
Perhaps. It's also my reason for fighting.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Isak keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys.
We've cleared everything up!
Really? Yeah!
All right.
Futile!
Excuse me, did you have.
You mean the village keepers? When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Anything else?
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the...
Right. You were asking about the but honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them.
Do you also think
Grandpa? Oh, he was actually the one who protected. It still feels pretty surreal. Well, whatever the case, I'll always...
Gotcha!
Nowhere to run! Futile! Surrender! Nowhere to hostile!
Strider. Into the wind. One with nature. Brings a smile to my face. Time to go.
Nowhere to run!
Sir, have you seen my...
Oh, well, if it isn't... The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about...
Oh, thank you.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
Whew, that's no good. I've known you since you were very...
Wow.
Okay.
Huh? Don't say anything for now. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move. Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our...
Yes, of course I have. The Scarlet King is the one and only true still. You said...
Haven't you noticed? The Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the... Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared?
Huh. Now that you...
Exactly.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh? Who are you?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah! Bro, this guy's something else.
Let's not get on his bad side.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about this.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a...
Hey!
It's true. It's all true, sir. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even... Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, it's...
Is that...
Seems like...
Got it! Please don't be...
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Den...
Where is this...
I haven't run into him over the past few days.
No, not at all.
Sounds like you're not too...
No, of course...
I have many ways to stop you from talking. And many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying. He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that.
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there.
Join the Aerolites and embrace a wonderful new life.
Surrender!
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Nowhere to run!
This is where Grandpa...
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before. But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day. And...
So, you know Tainari?
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tainari didn't lecture you too?
No. No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest. From a scholar.
Oh, where did Grandpa...
A familiar...
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is. Take a look right here. Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here, from the size and shape. They belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the door.
But who would come looking?
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away? Hey! What's wrong with...
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, Why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars? Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all...
It's highly...
Please, you have to save my grandpa.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
Surrender!
Into the wind. The wind knows me.
Nowhere to run! Through me, justice is served. You stand condemned. Your penance is due. You stand condemned. Guilty. Futile! Nowhere to...
Into the wind. Time to go. Wind Strider.
Futile!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Surround!
Good to me.
Take this off the side. Fly!
One with nature. The wind knows me.
Futile!
As one with wind and cloud.
Heartless.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell.
Ah, welcome back.
Oh, did
You bet.
Reasonably.
I'll hate...
we haven't seen him at all?
Huh. I saw him around the village.
Did you find out anything? I see.
The resurrection of the Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can... Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. It seems someone from beyond...
Makes sense.
So what should we do then?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical... Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern?
If Paimon remembers correctly...
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are... These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the Academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert.
Tia! You're amazing!
No merc can afford to slack off.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino. Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore. The desert is unforgiving. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that all... I need to go around and ask some questions. But it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good. Then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out...
All right! Sounds like a plan!
Sino, please don't take offense. I'm sure Dia just wants to help everyone solve their problem as quickly as possible.
I don't mind.
Ah, I see. Well, from the way you were staring out into the distance, I thought you might have been mulling over Dia's words.
No, I'm used to being treated that way. It's natural to fear strength. I take no objection to it.
Surrender! Futile!
I await your...
Clee can help.
I hear you've got a...
with nature.
Fine, fine, go!
The wind knows me.
You can't run! Rest and rebuild! Jumpy, jumpy!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Into the wind!
Lights out.
One with nature. Clouds high.
The birds call!
Into the wind.